We're all kinds of people, right? Just look around us, all the differences. Race, religion, background, sex, age. You agree that we're all different, right? So now I want you to imagine something. Having your rights determined by all those factors. Whether you're black, white, Irish, whatever kind of race you are. You have certain rights if you're that race. Today I'm going to speak with you about the topic of gay rights. It's something that's very controversial right now, and it's something that's in the news, and I'm sure we've all seen it in the past week or two. Through my studies, I've become aware of many injustices that are present in our society today, many of which were addressed by the Human Rights Campaign. I'm going to inform you on what gay rights are and the struggles that the LGBT community are facing. This information will help you to better understand why gay rights are important and why they're beneficial to our society as a whole. And due to the importance of this issue, there's going to be a question and answer period at the end of this, so please hold your questions until the end. Previewing my main points, I'll be discussing marriage, adoption, discrimination, harassment, and hate crimes. Now, I propose that we as a whole take steps to get a better understanding and legalize the rights for people of all sexualities. There are many ways that you can contribute to the cause, big and small, and money doesn't even have to be involved. It doesn't matter what you do. There's things that anyone can do. Children can do it. Now, first, I'm going to start with marriage. First of all, why do gays want to marry? It's so they can have sex in a relationship, right? No, that's not it at all. In some states, gays can't even get married. They can only apply for civil unions, and those aren't really enough. Over here, I have a map of the United States. These 6 states are the only states that allow marriage legally and give licenses for them. And those states are Massachusetts, Connecticut, Iowa, Vermont, New Hampshire, and New York. And New York was the recent one to be added to the list. Now, the federal government accords that 1,138 benefits are based on marital status and not civil unions. So that's a big reason why they want to be married. And the gays who live in the other states can't receive certain benefits such as Social Security benefits, veterans benefits, health insurance, Medicaid, pension, savings, retirement, estate taxes, or even immigration law things. And the average loss of SSI benefits is $5,588 for same-sex couples. And that information came from the Human Rights Campaign, as well as Equality NC. All those sites have basic information about these issues. Now, some states allow these special civil unions that offer the same rights and responsibilities of heterosexual married couples under all state laws, but you'd have to move there to get those benefits. And it seems kind of pointless if you're established one place and calling a place home, and you have to move all the way up to New York or something just to get those rights. Second, I'm going to go over adoption. Now, some people can't adopt in certain states, and in states they're allowed to adopt in, it's a long, legal, intricate, and expensive process. A large amount of money has to be put into the adoption itself, to the legal fees, and they have to sign a petition to get joint custody of the child. Now, if we legalize some of these rights, that will be cut down to the minimum where anyone can adopt. And some people say that children can't function in a family without both a mother and a father. But if that's true, then what about single or divorced parents? I mean, there's no mother or there's no father, right? So, by allowing the gays to adopt, it removes the children from foster care agencies and place them into a loving home. And all the gay couples really want to do is just adopt a child and start their own family and share their love. Third, I want to inform you about discrimination. There are many ways to discriminate. First, I'm going to talk about the housing discrimination. Now, the Fair Housing Act gives no protection to LGBTs when purchasing, renting, or leasing a home on the basis of sexuality. Some people aren't allowed to put both partners' names on the homeowner insurance policy, which is important since both want to own the home, right? Some companies even attempted to refuse claims or cancel policies because the couple's even unrelated. And that goes back to marriage, right? And also, within this topic, transgenders are included, and they're more discriminated against in the housing development. According to the LGBT Task Force, out of 6,456 transgenders, 11% are evicted because of their identity, and 19% become homeless. And now in the workplace, most businesses refuse to provide benefits that employees need, such as health care, insurance, and other benefits like pension and things like that. And in some places it's so dangerous, if you're openly gay, then they'll just fire you around the spot. It doesn't matter how long you've been working for them, it's just the way their companies ran. Next, I want to talk about harassment. In the US, 75% of students have no state laws to protect them from the harassment and discrimination in school based on their orientation. In public high schools, 97% of students report regularly hearing homophobic remarks from their peers, which would lead them to not want to attend school. Harassment can lead to many severe problems like depression, suicide, becoming socially scarred, or even outcasted. And no one wants to feel outcasted. They want to feel like they belong, and they want to feel safe. And there's not too many places that actually provide a safe environment for students in school. I'm not saying there aren't, but there's just a few places that enforce it. And now that I've discussed harassment and discrimination, let's talk about the hate crimes. Now, on Webster, it defined a hate crime as a crime motivated by racial, sexual, or other prejudice, typically one involving violence. Now, I want to discuss a victim, 21-year-old Matthew Shepard. In 1998, he was exiting a bar, about to get a ride home, when two people offered him a ride. And he had no ride, so he took the ride. Little did he know that they were going to take him out to the country, rob him, pistol whip him, and tie him to a fence post and leave him for dead. He was found 18 hours later by a couple on motorcycles. They were driving down the road and mistook him for a scarecrow. And then 18 hours later, he died in the hospital in Wyoming at the side by his family. Now, a more recent one is Lawrence King. On February 12th of 2008, 15-year-old Lawrence King was sitting in a classroom, and he wasn't aware of what's going to happen that day. One of his students, his classmates, brought a gun to school and fired it in the classroom openly and got him in the back of the head. And that's something that we need to make sure we take care of in schools also. A hate crime is a hate crime no matter what you do. It doesn't matter if it's verbal, physical, harmful or not. It's still harmful in some way. Now, there are certain things here that provide help. For instance, Equality NC. It's an organization in North Carolina that helps to inform the masses and everything like that. And they put out a book online called The Truth About the Marriage Amendment, which is being sent to legislation in May of 2012. Now, this thing is going to take away rights from the gay couples in North Carolina by taking away the civil unions and domestic partnerships. Now, that goes back to say that they're going to take away the benefits that they rightfully deserve, like the pension and everything else. Other organizations help out too. This one, for instance, is called the Rainbow Delegation. And it's a completely free thing. All you do is send in your address, and they'll mail you one of these bands. I myself am wearing one of these bands. And it's a rapidly growing movement. And their goal is to demonstrate how they support the LGBT community. And it's diverse, and people of all races and everything. And the rainbow on it symbolizes all races and equality. And now all you gotta do is just send in your address, and they'll send you one of these just for free. It's not a fashion statement, it's nothing really significant, but it's just to be seen, to let them know that someone's out there that cares. Now, in conclusion, let me summarize my main points. I've discussed marriage, adoption, discrimination, harassment, and hate crimes. I hope that with the information I provided, that you develop a better understanding of why fighting for gay rights is an important issue, and that you understand the points that I addressed in a new perspective. I hope you also develop a better understanding of all the struggles that the LGBT community is facing. I hope that you also get the chance, if you get the chance, you'll stand up and make a difference by taking part in voting no on the amendment in 2012, which will be on May 8th. Stand up for the rights for the people that deserve equal health benefits and equal benefits, period. Now, I'm going to leave you with a quote. If you don't think you can make a difference, just believe you can. Christy Todd Whitman said, "Anyone who thinks that they're too small to make a difference, never tried to fall asleep with a mosquito in the room." And those things are pretty effective, because we know those bites hurt like hell, right?